Hey, Tamara, let's do something this weekend.
Oh, hi, Ian.
You don't have any work this weekend, do you? We haven't gone out on a date since last month. I really miss you. Don't worry about money either. I'll pay for everything. My treat.
Well, gee, Ian. That sure is a wonderful offer, and I would love to take you up on it. But unfortunately, a friend invited me to go on vacation this weekend, so yeah.
What? A vacation? That's news to me. You haven't said anything about that until right now.
Yeah, they just messaged me about an hour ago and invited me.
Oh, well, okay. I hope you have fun, but man, that was really short notice about the vacation, huh? Your friend is lucky you were off from work.
Someone else was planning to go along, but that person had something come up last minute. And since they already have the tickets and everything, I got invited instead.
Ah, I see.
So, yeah. I know you're my boyfriend and all, and I really appreciate the invitation, but since my friend talked to me first, I'm gonna go with them. Sorry, we'll hang out another time.
Nah, don't be sorry. Thing is, though, there's something I've been wanting to talk to you about for a while. So, do you think we could meet up sometime before this weekend? We can meet up after you get out of work. Just let me know what your schedule is, and I'll make it work for me.
Can't you just tell me by text?
I mean, sure I could, but it's something I'd rather talk to you about in person.
Oh, okay. I'll let you know if it seems like I'll be able to fit you into my schedule.
Thanks, Tamara. I'll talk to you later.
Hey, Ian, do you have a minute?
Hey, Tamara. You want to talk about when we can meet up, right? I'm really looking forward to seeing you.
Kinda. I guess it's not totally unrelated. Well, to be more specific, I don't think I'll have any reason to meet up with you anymore. So I'll go ahead and say everything I have left to say to you right here.
What? You almost sound like you're gonna break up with me.
Well, the truth is, I'm pregnant with your brother's baby.
What? My brother's baby? You mean my younger brother, Jordan?
Well, duh. You don't have any brothers, do you?
No, I guess I don't.
Okay, then I'm not sure why you're so confused about it. Yeah, it's Jordan's baby.
Are you out of your mind? Jordan's only 19. He's young enough to be your little brother. I mean, he is my little brother.
I know, right? That's what makes it so awesome.
Awesome? You mean awful?
I mean, it's not like we were trying to get pregnant or anything, so that was kind of unplanned. But it just felt so good doing it with a young stud that I kept doing it over and over again. And, well, then I got pregnant.
I would appreciate you holding back any unnecessary details about you sleeping with my little brother.
Sorry, I just can't help myself. So yeah, like I was saying, even if I wasn't expecting to get pregnant, this means I get to marry your super hot younger brother. So I'm actually pretty happy about it. Jordan loves me, and that's all that matters. So I don't care about his age or his relationship with you.
When did this happen? How did this happen? Our house is like a 3-hour drive from you.
Are you kidding? You didn't know? Jordan enrolled in a college with a campus downtown. He's living on his own in an apartment just a little ways away from me.
Wait, really? I never heard about that.
Whoa, I guess Jordan and your parents weren't kidding.
What? You've even met my parents?
Yeah, isn't it great? You never once took me to your house or introduced me to your parents, did you?
Yeah, and I've told you the reason for that a million times before now. My parents treated me like a red-headed stepchild. They gave Jordan everything he wanted and left me with nothing but scraps. You ever hear about hand-me-downs? Well, I got hand-me-ups. I was waiting all through high school for the day I'd finally graduate and be able to leave that family far, far behind me. I haven't gone back home a single time since that day I started college. That's why I never took you to meet them. I didn't want to see them, much less introduce my girlfriend to them.
Yeah, I know. That's what you always told me. But I started to think, is it really fair to base my opinion of them on your one-sided version of the story? It seemed too unbelievable to be true. So about 6 months ago, I figured out what your address was and went to meet them by myself.
You what?
I found your home phone number in your phone's contact list, so I called them up and arranged for a time where I could meet them. Then I waited until a weekend when you were busy, drove up there by myself and introduced myself. I got there pretty late, and it was a long drive back, so they told me I could stay the night.
What the?
It just so happened that Jordan was visiting his parents that weekend, and that night was the first time we were together.
What is the matter with you? I told you time after time how awful they treated me, and after all that you just go by yourself. And not just that, you... with my little brother.
Yeah, and you know what I found out? They're not nearly as bad as you made them out to be.
Well, I'm sure they put on the best act of their lives.
And you know what else I found out? It was you who was the bad guy, not them.
You gotta be kidding me.
You broke into Jordan's room and stole the money he had saved up at his job during high school. You stole Jordan's girlfriends away from him. You never listened to anything to your parents told you. You were just a complete and total brat.
I don't believe what I'm hearing. That's what Jordan did to me. He stole my money and my girlfriend's. I was the one who worked hard to make something of myself.
Look, Ian, it's your word against theirs. And all three of them told me the exact same story. So if you ask me, what they say is way more credible than what you say. It's 3 versus 1, Ian. So logically, the only conclusion I can reach is that they're telling the truth and you're lying.
It may be 3 versus 1, but all 3 of them are lying.
Whatever. So anyway, you remember me telling you I was going on vacation this weekend? Well, the truth is that I was actually going to your parents' house with Jordan so we could announce our pregnancy to them.
You're a real piece of work.
And since now, Jordan and I are having a baby together, there's no point in us staying together. You would only get in the way. So this is goodbye, Ian.
I see. If you're pregnant, then yeah, I guess you're right.
Obviously I'm right. I'm so happy that I can finally be together with Jordan.
Well, if that's all you gotta say, then I guess we can end this right here. Goodbye, Tamara.
So long, Ian. I'm gonna have a great life with Jordan.
Just do me one last favor and give Jordan and my parents a message for me. I'm cutting them out of my life. I don't ever want to see or hear from any of them ever again.
Good grief, Ian. Don't you think this is the perfect opportunity for you to reflect on your mistakes and reunite with your family? You're such a child.
Reunite with them? I'd rather die.
Whoa, I had no idea you were such a stubborn brat, Ian. I thought you were better than that.
You can think whatever you want about me. I don't care anymore. Goodbye.
Ian, you've got to help me.
Tamara, what the hell do you want?
Don't talk to me like that. I'm in a major crisis over here.
Not that I care. What's the problem?
What do you mean what's the problem? You, of all people, should know. Your mother is an absolute monster. She's treating me like a red-headed stepchild. Don't laugh at me. This is serious. You have to help me.
Nah, I think I'll pass. I tried to warn you, but you ignored me and dove headfirst into that family. If you want help, why don't you ask your darling husband, Jordan?
Jordan's not at home. He has college classes to attend, so he's still going to be back in the city.
Really?
We did get legally married without a ceremony, since I was pregnant and all. But I couldn't just force Jordan to drop out of college to take care of me. That wouldn't be fair to him. So I quit my job and moved into your family's house so that your mom could help me out with the baby after the birth. But she isn't just helping. It's more like kidnapping. She took the baby away from me and won't let me see him. Your dad stares at me a bunch of the time. It's super unnerving. Jordan's the only one who I could talk to about all of this. But he's at college and never comes home. And the worst part is, I heard that he might be cheating on me with another girl at school.
Wow, sounds like you're having a pretty rough time of things. That honestly doesn't surprise me in the least. Actually, it would have surprised me if it didn't turn out like this.
Oh, now you tell me. If you saw this coming, why didn't you tell me? If I had any idea this is what they really were, I never would have married into this family.
What are you talking about? I did tell you. About everything. I told you that my mom was an overbearing queen bee. I told you that my dad was a lecherous creeper. I told you that Jordan thinks monogamy is a type of wood.
But they seem so nice.
The vile creature Jordan turned out to be is a direct product of being raised by my overbearing queen bee mother and lecherous creeper father. And I told you about all of this time after time. But you decided not to heed my warnings, met with my family behind my back. And after meeting them just one time, you immediately decided that I must be the one who was lying, and they were actually all super nice people. But not just that, you slept with my younger brother. The very night you met him. You knew everything that there was to know, and yet you decided to throw in your hat with them. I've already cut off all contact with them, and I don't consider them to be my family anymore. So nothing they do to you is my problem.
How can you be so cold? I get it now. You were right. You were right all along, Ian. So please, can't we get back together? I'll be the best wife you could possibly dream of having.
And what about your kid?
I'll figure out some way to take him back from your mother and get out of here so we can raise him together. I'll let you be his dad.
You'll let me, huh?
Yeah, he's already your nephew, right? That's pretty close to being your son. And since he's the biological son of your beloved wife, I know you'll have no problem loving him like he was your own. We'll have a wonderful life together, just the three of us.
No, never, not on your life.
Just give it a chance. You'll come to like our life together, I know it.
Life with a rusty nail being constantly driven into my brain would be preferable to life with you.
You've got to do something. Will you at least come down here and take me away from here? All I need is a ride. Is that too much to ask?
Yeah, it actually is.
But why?
Because I'm not in the country.
You're not? Then where are you?
Not in the country. I got transferred to an overseas branch for my company with a promise of a major promotion. And I'm looking at getting my permanent residency visa as soon as possible.
That's wonderful for you. But why didn't you tell me about that?
I was trying to tell you about it right before you broke up with me, so I never even had the chance.
Oh, wait, now that I think about it, you were saying that you had something important that you wanted to talk to me about in person. Was that it?
Yep. My company was talking about the possibility of the transfer at the time, and I told them that before I gave them a definitive answer, I wanted to talk to my girlfriend, you. And that's why I wanted you to set aside some time to talk to me in person. But then I found out that you had betrayed me in the worst way imaginable, so I no longer needed your input.
Whoa, so that's what's going on? If I had only talked with you openly back then, maybe I'd be over there right now, standing by your side.
Are you kidding me? The very second I found out you were pregnant with Jordan's child, I'd have kicked you to the curb in an instant.
Really?
Yeah, really. Well then, now that all of that's all been said, I think it should be perfectly clear why I will never help you. I wouldn't even help you if I was living across the street, much less across the globe.
You're so cruel.
Also, I'm going to get rid of this phone soon since I now have a plan with a local carrier over here. So there will no longer be any way for you to contact me ever again.
Ian, please.
So this is goodbye, Tamara. Forever.
Ian, don't do this. Ian.
I heard about what happened after that from my other relatives. My family found out that Tamara had contacted me and they took away her phone. Jordan came home to visit a short while later while on break from his classes. And since Tamara really could just not help herself, about a month after that, she found out she was pregnant with her second child. Pregnant again and unable to run away on her own, Tamara tried going to her parents for help. But it would seem that being easily fooled by bad actors runs in the family. Because when her parents met my parents, they had a grand old time and left reassured that their daughter was in good hands. And then, sometime later, it was Jordan's turn to cause trouble. He started stalking one of his female professors who spurned his advances, got criminally charged for it, sued, and kicked out of the school. The impacts of this didn't just stop with Jordan. In order to pay off the lawsuit and his legal bills, my parents had to sell their house. That was barely enough to cover it, so, left homeless and impoverished, they had no choice but to put their kids into foster care. I'd think that at this point, Tamara could just divorce Jordan and save herself a world of trouble. But for whatever reason, she doesn't seem to be making any efforts to do so.
My goodness, Cameron, are you yet again just going to sit in your room all day working?
What is it this time, Mom? Are you really that upset about me working more? My company is currently fine with everything working remotely from home, so I'm going to take advantage of that for as long as I can in order to not pay for gas. And it's not like I'd be doing anything different in the office anyway. All the same work, I'm just doing it from my bedroom.
I do not like that.
You don't like it. Then take it up with the company. And I don't see you working right now, so I don't think you have a right to tell me whether you like the way I work or not.
Are you not aware of what everyone in this neighborhood thinks of you, though?
What? I don't care what they think of me. If they have a problem, then they should tell it to my face when I go out. Honestly, I don't get why you're even worried about what they all think, when you barely even stop to talk with anyone in this neighborhood yourself.
But from here to the bus stop that I walk to is your brother's university.
And?
That means that a lot of the friends that Trent has over live in this area and know who you are. And as far as I'm aware, all of his friends have seen you plenty of times and probably pick on Trent all the time, calling his older brother a neat and such.
Oh, I see. So that's what you think of me now. Well, you seem to be the only one that thinks I'm a neat, Mom. Because Trent has already explained to all his friends that I'm home quite often doing work. And that's why I'm never really leaving my room.
And I feel bad that your little brother has to explain to all of his friends why his older brother is a neat. You really are so self-centered when it comes to things like this, Cameron.
Would you please stop calling me a neat? It's not a nice word to be throwing around. And I can see where this conversation is going now.
If you could at least find yourself a job somewhere where you have to wear a suit every day and go into work, then I might be fine with you staying home every once in a while for work.
Just going into work wearing a suit does not make the job worthwhile to me. And these days, ever since COVID, there have been plenty of companies changing their structure to allow their employees to work remotely.
I understand that you're getting all worried about how people might view me, but this world has changed and nobody is bothered by me working from home. I am your mother, and I just want you to get a job where you actually mean something to this world and make the family look good.
I'm pretty sure I'm making us look good. Considering the kind of salary I'm making and the fact I'm able to give you an allowance of $1,000 every month. And what is it with you always worrying about our appearance? It's very shallow of you, so quit it already. Now I have a meeting coming up here in a few minutes, so I'll need to stop talking with you.
Hey, hold it right there!
Cameron, sorry for asking this so late in the day, but would it be alright if I stay over tonight? Sure, come on over. What's going on today with you? I made a mistake on when some work was due by a whole day. I thought I had another day to work on it, but it's actually going to be due tomorrow. Dang, man. Thank God you realized that it's due tomorrow now before it was too late. You're dang right. Well, I came home to Mom and she started to go off on me again about some petty crap yet again, and I wasn't able to focus on the work at hand. She's always going to be that way, huh? Oh, don't say that like she doesn't affect you too. Originally, I was going to ask one of my friends if I could go over to their place, but all of them have finished their work for this week and going out to party. So I'm in a bit of a pinch and need somewhere to get this work done. Honestly, I wish that I was already done with school and could be on my own. You don't have Mom constantly targeting you with things to complain about, making it so much easier for you to think and live. Well, I won't say that I really have to deal with her as often as you. Even growing up, though, she's always been on you about things, and I wondered why there was such a difference in the way she treated you and I. As I got older and then became an adult that could sustain myself, I started to see the person she really is, deep down. And I have to say, I'm not pleased with her behavior at all. I really wish I was like you. Come on now, Trent. Look, you and I have been working on a plan for a long time now that'll buy you your freedom from her. So as long as you can graduate from your school, then you'll never have to deal with her nagging ever again. You can be as free as me. That's true, I guess. When you first told me about how much you wanted to get away from her, I was shocked. And I'm sorry for getting you all wrapped up in my mess. But the fact that you're helping me out is really appreciated, so thank you. I know you appreciate me. So, what time do you plan on getting here later tonight? Give me another hour and I should be there. Yeah, I'll pick up something to eat from the grocery store on the way home, so you don't have to worry about making me anything. Wasn't going to. But what about breakfast? Can you make up some of your scrambled eggs for me? That stuff always hits the spot. Sounds good. I'll make sure to get up early enough to make some, so don't oversleep. And have a safe trip over here. Sweet! Thanks again for letting me stay over. Cameron, I've done it. Once I've graduated from here, I'll be able to work out on a ranch in Arizona. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, congrats on landing that job. Thanks. Now, I'll go and let Mom know that I got a job offering for your company so that she'll get off my back. I'm sure it'll become a small nightmare for you, but let's just hope everything goes as planned. Sounds good. I'll be ready. Now, you get back to enjoying the remainder of your life as a college student, because after that is where the really hard stuff called life on your own begins. Hey, you kidding me? I still have to finish up my final essay before I graduate, so things are not going to be anywhere near enjoyable for me. Cameron, can I come and stay at your place again? Yeah, alright, come on over. Honestly, you don't even have to ask me anymore.
Cameron, I think it's time I cut ties to you.
What? So we're having another one of these discussions. What happened to you this time that you didn't like?
I'm going to be supported and cared for by your recently graduated little brother from now on, so I no longer need you in my life anymore. I'm sure that you never heard anything about this. But recently Trent was offered a job by that very large company, Streeter & Sons, and so that's where he'll be going to work.
I see.
I know for a fact that at that company he will always be having to go into work wearing a fresh suit every day and will be seen as an elite. Luckily, it's not going to end up being one of those companies like the one you're in where they think it's okay to allow their employees to mess around at home all the time. I always knew that Trent was better than you, and it seems that my strict parenting with him has finally paid off, as we can really tell just how much more amazing he is. It is so pathetic that my older son is losing to his younger brother in life.
I'd like to ask you something, Mom. What would happen if Streeter and Sons ended up being the exact same as the company I work for and encourages their employees to work from home?
What?
That would mean Trent's work style would be the same as mine, and you don't like my style, right? If that ends up being the case, what will you do to Trent?
I'll force him to leave that job and go somewhere else. But from what I've heard, that company is only hiring the best of the best when it comes to young men. So there's no need to worry about them asking their employees to work remotely. Oh, I am so excited for this next step with Trent leading the way. I want to see what he looks like when he puts on a suit for work every morning. Our conversation became a little derailed there, but now you understand what's going to happen here. I only need myself one son, and that son is the one I can brag about the most. Now that Trent will be making the big bucks within this company, I will no longer require an allowance from you. We're cutting ties now.
Listen, Mom, the job offering that Trent received has been voided now.
What?
Streeter and Sons just so happens to be my company.
Huh? That's where you're working right now?
That's right. Well, actually, I'm the one leading this company, since I'm the CEO of it.
Huh? You're the CEO of that company?
If you're not willing to believe me right now, go onto my company's website and scroll down to the bottom of the homepage. There, you'll see a picture of my face and a small little introduction of myself.
What is going on here? I never even heard about that.
Told you this 7 years ago, Mom. I told you about how I would be quitting the job I had and starting up my own company.
You started your own company?
At the time, I could tell you weren't listening to a word I said. But the fact that for the past 7 years you still have not noticed that I'm a CEO? I'm pretty surprised by that. Kind of insane when you really think about the fact that I'm your son.
About Trent's job offering being voided.
Now, that was something he wanted me to do. So you'll have to go have a word with him about it.
You go and cancel the voiding of his job offering right now.
Excuse me?
That's what I want you to do. I want you to put your brother in as good of a position as you are in right now.
What was that?
Yes. Make him the vice president there, the COO. Heck, you could even give your brother your position and let him be the CEO now. Then that would make his income even more than yours, right?
You're stepping off the deep end now, Mom.
It's his older brother's company after all, so you have to make sure he gets a good job there, right? If you find it hard getting Trent into a very high-up position there, then you can start him off with a lower position, but make sure he's making 3 times as much as the rest of his coworkers.
How about you stop telling me what to do with my company, you unemployed rat?
What?
If I became some sort of corrupt CEO that began to favor my little brother over everyone else in this company, I'd be removed from this seat.
But, this is Trent we're talking about here.
And like I said, you are far from any position where you're allowed to tell me what to do with my company. And as I was saying, Trent asked for the job offer to be voided as he has other plans now.
What?
And so, I'm doing my job as his older brother and respecting what he's asked for.
You can't do that to him, though. You're going to turn your little brother into a NEET, just like you.
I'm sorry, but didn't I tell you to stop using that word? Also, he is an adult now and has the right to make whatever choices he wants regarding his own life. I'm getting a bit annoyed by this conversation now, so I'll be going.
Hold on a second, Cameron. Trent! Oh, big problem. Streeter and Sons, the company that you got that job offer from, happens to be your older brother's company.
What? I already know that, Mom.
What?
Why wouldn't I already know something like that? He's my older brother, and that's the company he started 7 years ago.
Well then this whole thing about the job offering you were given being voided?
You want to ask about that? Well, I'd spoken with Cameron about this a while ago, but his company happened to be second on my list of companies I wanted to join. I didn't want to end up not finding a job after college, and so I kind of asked him to put in a good word for me at the HR department. So after telling his HR lead they were willing to give me an offering for a position, well, there. But when I was later offered a job at the company I wanted to join the most, I told Cameron it was okay to go ahead and void the offering.
Oh, is that so? Oh, then this must mean your number one company is an even better one, right?
Not really. I'm going to be joining a small family ranch out in Arizona, like I'd always wanted to do.
A ranch?
Look, I understand that someone like me always seems like the kind of person who would love to just sit around at an office job all day, but yeah, I've actually always loved the idea of becoming a cowboy. I've already found myself some housing out there and sent most of my things.
Since when did you do all of that?
You don't have to worry about me anymore. I made sure to have Dad co-sign on the place for me since I'm still young and don't have much of a credit score yet.
What? Your dad? Trent, where did you end up finding your dad's phone number?
I was told what his number is by Cameron, although it took a little bit of convincing on his end to do so.
What?
I've actually been talking with Dad, ever since you and him had that divorce a while back. You not know anything about that? I swear I'd told you.
What the heck?
So I'm not sure why you're acting all speechless now, but that's what's happened so far. So I'll be moving out of your place now, heading out to Arizona to start my job.
Trent!
Arizona is pretty far away from here, so I probably won't be coming back here very often, if not at all. So enjoy yourself, Mom.
Trent! Oh, this can't be happening. You have to find yourself a job where you'll be making a lot of money and wearing a suit into work every day. I believed that you'd never end up like the person your older brother is. Oh. Trent, please! Respond to me, please! Cameron, whatever happened to this month's allowance from you?
Excuse me?
You've always sent me my $1,000 into my bank account by this time today. I just had a look at my bank account and there's still been no money from you.
You told me you don't need my money anymore.
Ugh.
Also, you cut ties to me a month ago, so what's all this about? Honestly, I just forgot to block your number. So I'll be handling that right now.
Wait a sec, Cameron!
Goodbye forever.
Cameron!
But back when my mom was talking with my little brother about his job, he was already boarding his plane to Arizona. The fact that her son, who she put so much effort into raising, was leaving her and going outside of her plan really set her off in a panic. One of the days I went into my office for a meeting, she followed me in, with the intent of forcing me to tell her where he was working now. I just told her that I didn't know. She believed me. My mom actually doesn't even know that my brother and I are very close to one another, and we tell each other everything. Thinking that she was going to be living off favorite son from now on, my mom quit her part-time job entirely and was ready. But because Trent ran away from her, and she had already cut ties with me, she was forced to go back to that store and ask her manager to start working full-time. However, the manager found it way too funny that she had just quit, and was already back to asking for work again and told her to go look somewhere else. This ended up destroying whatever pride she had left in herself, and she began searching for an old folks' home to move into. She's not found a place that'll take her yet, so she had better hurry up and find one soon, or else she's gonna become homeless. But I'm not gonna step in if that doesn't end up happening, as I'm no longer her son to her, but just another stranger, judging her from the outside. Thanks for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.